Hey, welcome everybody. We're back. We're going to do some more Superflex today. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Welcome, Anthony. Welcome back. It's been a while. Sladen, absolutely. Victor and Aaron Sandy. We had a little discussion in the Discord today about Tatario McMillan. I'm not sure if it changed his mind at all or not, but he was wondering about the ADP of McMillan. I like it. I think he's a good pick. We uh we may be a little too deep on the Superflex. I've done 37 now. The fill rate is a little higher than we were expecting, so I'm kind of close to the fill rate because it's at 23%. So I'm a little above, but not that much above, honestly. If I want to max it, welcome. We got I need to figure out on this how to do some things. But anyway, we will be entering a Puppy But Superflex, and we will be entering a 20-second one, and we will go in 10 seconds. I've done 33. Nice. That's probably right at fill rate. I'm loving this contest. I'm absolutely loving it. The poll feels like a direct attack on me. What about the thumbnail? I've taken him. I haven't taken him yet, but I actually really liked Will Howard before the draft. I knew he was going to go late, but like as a Davis Mills style chance, like I think he's fine. Like he's absolutely fine in this. I've taken a bunch of ugly quarterbacks in this. Hey, what's up, DT? Welcome. This is a 20-second Superflex if you would like in. Waiting on 4. Yeah, what's up, Thad? Welcome. Yeah, I'm really digging this. I've tried a couple like in it was JT stream last night. I tried something a little aggressive. It did not work at all. I'll actually go find that team real quick. I'll show you what not to do. Like all the things I've said to do, I went against them just to see. And I was hoping a single quarterback would make it back to me. And guess what? They didn't. So quarterback 1, Anthony Richardson. So what I had to do here was stack Richardson with Jones and then Darnold with Milrow, and then take 2 darts. The plan was to take 7 quarterbacks, but Underdog will not allow you to take 7 quarterbacks. So then we got Bucky Irving, Quinshawn, Caleb Johnson, Scatabo, Spears, and Garindo, a very solid running back room. But I went Jefferson, Puka, Ladd. And I went with Pierce to stack. And then whenever it didn't allow me to go with the 7th quarterback, I just double stacked the quarterback room there. And then likely Garindo and Arroyo for a possible stack. So it did not go well. But we tried things. They didn't work out. That's why we do a bunch of them. What's up, Bayou Bengal? Hey, I appreciate it. Glad you could stop in. Try it again now. I like to learn from my mistakes, sir. I don't know about you, and I'm here to let you guys learn from my mistakes. We got Vaporware in the 4 hole. We have Aaron Sandy in the 7. I think this is somebody Genjis in the community, possibly. We got DT here in the 9. And I mean, I'm definitely going to go like RB or something here. I mean, it's either Gibbs or Jefferson for me. I tend to go Jefferson because I have Jefferson a little bit of tier above the other wide receivers, just slightly. And with 4 running backs still available, I will push it around. And if all 3 of these running backs are gone, I'm perfectly fine taking a quarterback, Dominating the overflow. All right. Hey, at least you got in a. Are there a bunch of us in there? You had a little while to get in. It stayed there for a while, but I also jumped in pretty quick today. So yeah, I'm gonna get Genty or McCaffrey. I personally have Genty slightly ahead. I'm still a little. I moved CMC up, and then I'm kind of moving Genty back ahead of CMC. I can't trust Shanahan. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot do that. I just can't bring myself to it. Puka over Lamb is wild in my rankings. I so I have that set up this way in this specific contest, because it's CD always goes on this end and Dak never makes it back. So I think they're basically even. Yes, exactly what cover's saying. I think they're basically an even bet, but you have the ability to stack Stafford. And I mean, you could argue that Puka over CD is a legit thing. Yeah, yeah. Like I have a hard I'm I think they're neck and neck even in BBM. I take CD over them either way, but the reason I take CD is just because I want my 8% CD. I will be overweight Puka though. I'll take Puka over Neighbors. I think that his upside is higher, and I think his floor is lower. So I just think that that's a pretty obvious thing. And yeah, that's just where I'm at with it. I could be wrong. Neighbors is a fantastic pick. Don't get me wrong, but in this specific format, I like Nakua over CD for stacking purposes. Yeah, he does run into everyone at full speed all day, right? And I mean, if we knew, let's say that Malik Neighbors had even Sam Darnold at quarterback, like I think you could argue a little more with Puka, right? Or if their quarterbacks were flipped and Stafford ended up going to the Giants like that rumor early in the season, and Puka had uh, Jackson Dart, I would definitely be on Neighbors over Puka then as well. Yeah, and it's not like I'm gonna always click Puka over CD. I just ranked them that way because I did, and I made those rankings day one. They're not close. Um, I just wanted to do some ranking so I could see some things. I definitely want Herbert. We're taking Herbert. We'll take Ladd if he comes back around and then be done at running or at wide receiver. Um, no, we'll take McCarthy if McCarthy makes it back around. And then I like Herbert a lot either way. Same here, but you get it. With heavily stacking with a healthy Dak, I'm taking CD number 2. Oh wow, overall, yeah. So I got my choice. I went ahead and took JJ McCarthy. I don't know if you heard the little nugget today about McCarthy, but apparently in OTAs, and I get it, it's just OTAs. It's all basically no pressure or anything. He's got 30 touchdowns and 1 interception or something crazy right now. Sounds all right to me. So after 4 picks, we got Justin Herbert, JJ McCarthy, Ashton Genty, and Justin Jefferson. Hopefully, one quarterback is still available at this pick. If not, we'll be playing the 3 late game, and I'll probably be taking Will Howard because he's on the thumbnail. Let's see what the other people are doing. We have Vaporware here. Got the 4-hole. Hurts, Derrick Henry, Dak, AJ Brown. Love it. We got Aaron Sandy here. Jamar Chase, Bo Nix, Drake May, Josh Jacobs. I love it. DT, Barkley, McCaffrey, Taylor, Penix. I like this start. I really do. I have one like this where it's Achane instead of Taylor. And I ended up getting 3 quarterbacks still. I went 5 just because like the quarterbacks I had weren't great. But I really like trying this. Like running back is so much more important than wide receiver. I think that this is a very solid thing to do a few times. Neighbors by default is about to play with the best quarterback ever. Funny thing, so is Slayton. Yeah. Sounds like the Minnesota defense is fire. Oh yeah, that is true. They do those crazy blitzes. I do like Shuck. Shuck. So I've been taking a lot of Tyler Shuck, and then back around in like round 18, I'll just tack on Spencer Rattler. It feels very cheap to do. Like doing it with Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. Like yes, I did it in that one draft, but it was by necessity. Um, that there's so much capital involved. Whenever one of those picks is around 18, 19, or 20, like it doesn't feel that bad to me. So let's look. We have options here. I think I'd prefer to get Geno Smith here. I will take sweet. We got a stack with Geno Smith and Ashton Genty. That feels pretty nice. It's going to come back around. I would love to get Mixon. I'm actually happy with. I do think Mixon is kind of a tier break there. Do I want one of these? I think I want one of these running backs. They seem to be going pretty heavy here. So I'm going to go ahead and take Chuba probably. Yeah, we'll take Chuba ahead of Harvey. Since I have Genty, like I'm actually not that in on RJ Harvey right now. I'm having a hard time clicking him over Mixon, Chuba, Kamara, Kenneth Walker. I do have a weird level of feeling safe with JJ McCarthy that I don't get with Penix, Young, Stafford. Yeah. I have that same feeling with Bryce Young and Stafford, but like Stafford isn't going to be a fantasy monster. He's just going to give you a floor, which is way less valuable in this contest, right? It's fine, but gonna ahead of Tet. Who? I don't understand, sir. What up, fam? Thanks for stopping in, Fantasy Football Garage and Best Ball on Call. Yeah, so yeah, one reason I love Bryce Young is because Tet is almost always available for you to stack right there. See? It feels really good. Like for some reason, like their ADPs just line up perfectly. It's fantastic. I will probably take another running back here, depending on how good of a wide receiver is left. Usually by the time they come back here, like the Devontae Smith yes, and Superflex, I absolutely want the running back that's like Like you need to. I personally am expecting to start 3 running backs in Superflex last year, and I read I read Steve Shoup's article today, and he said kind of the same thing I showed yesterday, and that's that 15 points is what you're going to get probably from. So you had, I think it was 11 running backs last year that had 15 points a game, and you only had 6 wide receivers that was 15 points a game, or maybe it was 7, but it was almost a 2-to-1 ratio. And you want more running backs because you want running back to hit your flex in this contest. I've actually dropped David Montgomery in my ranks. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, this feels like a gigantic tier. If Travis Hunter was still there, I would have taken Hunter. And either way, I was winning because I either got Travis Hunter or I get the Week 17 bring back and David Montgomery. It does stack the bye weeks there, but I am absolutely okay with that. What's up, DJ Quill? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I definitely push. I basically push all running backs up an entire round in this at the beginning, and I push all wide receivers down quite a bit per round. So I don't know how to exactly explain it, but like the top end wide receivers, I value a lot, and the further down the board, I value them even less and less. Just because you only need to start 2. And the ADPs in the other formats are based around starting 3, right? I could double stack here and just go ham. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take a share of DeAndre Swift. I generally click Tony Pollard there. And something else I could have done is Laporta. I don't love Laporta there. And at this point in the draft now, I usually just click ADP and go off ADP. Aaron, you got to keep the BBG stash pick. Do you think that? Yeah, it is. It was really good. But if his quarterbacks don't hit, it's a 1 week sample, right? Like, it was a very, very good team. I don't think it was as good as Tyler made it out to be. I mean, it was an insane team, but it wasn't that like so insane that I like the profile fix when Aaron Sandy showed up as Who Hames. Yeah. Well, he got me. I smiled. I said I wasn't going to smile. And then he got me. Yeah, let me find that team real quick. So I'll read it off. It was Trevor Lawrence, JJ McCarthy, Jackson Dart, Daniel Jones. So right there, like, he's got 2 starting quarterbacks and possibly 2 others, but he's going to lose some points to all these teams that are drafting 3 actual starters already. He will gain some of that back because he got Chase, Jefferson, Brian Thomas, right? And his running backs are still good, and he was smart enough to stop at 5 wide receivers having that. I mean, it's a very, very good team. But there are ways that team doesn't even advance, like, and in a 1 week sample, anybody can win. It's a team that you could have gotten the day the contest opened, harder now for sure. Yeah. Like, if you want, I mean, we can go look at some of the teams I drafted early. Some of them were really good, some of them weren't. I think some of the ones I've done on stream have been just as good. Like the one Steve and I done, and then the one I got Nico at 45. Those teams were also awesome. All right. So, I mean, we smashed TJ Hawkinson if he comes around. And if he doesn't Scatabo is the pick. So right now we have. I'll go over the team after my next pick. Yeah, the running backs on that team are pretty thin. He's got an avenue to have an elite running back core, but he doesn't have the studs, right? Like, but he has 3 absolute studs at wide receiver. Like it's a very good team. I'm not trying to say it's not, but it is beatable, right? It's not one of those that you're like, okay, this contest is over by any means. So I don't think I've taken Jacoby Myers in this contest yet, but I think I'm willing to do it here, having Geno Smith. Yeah, so team right now we got a 3-4-2-1. And we have Justin Herbert, JJ McCarthy, Geno Smith, running backs, Ashton Jeanty, Chuba Hubbard, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Justin Jefferson, and TJ Hawkinson stacked with JJ McCarthy, and then Jacoby Myers and Ashton Jeanty stacked with Geno Smith. So have a pretty solid team here. It feels like it's got a very high floor. Yeah, I'm not in the Superflex streets every day. It's crazy. Oh, yeah, it's absolutely different. And like, so I'll go back to that real quick. So, yeah, the running backs on that room were Hampton, Connor, and then it gets thin. Then it's 0 RB after that. It's Tyrone Tracy, Garendo, Braylon Allen, Woody Marks, Blake Corum, Kareem Hunt. So, number one, he gets negative points for drafting Kareem Hunt. So there's that. Like, he at least, at minimum, he lost a little clout because Kareem Hunt's on the team. I just joined my very first Puppy Superflex. It's a slow draft. Any advice for roster construction from the 12 spot? I mean, you can kind of look at what I'm doing here. So so one thing you want in Superflex is you almost definitely want to have 3 quarterbacks most of the time by the 5th round. So I usually like to get an elite running back if I can. So if Bijan, Saquon, or Gibbs is there, generally I take them. And then like just take one of the quarterbacks. Like if you're going to do a limited sample, make sure not to get boxed out of quarterback, and then take like. And if you need to go Jeanty, or like I wouldn't take Jeanty over like JJ, but basically I would take a running back and a quarterback, or 2 running backs, and then just go 2 quarterbacks here and then a third there. Hopefully, you can get boxed out if you don't take one at the top. So the safe thing is to take one. If you're going to do limited entries, I would take one early. If you're going to do a bunch of entries, I would push it. Because like the reason you push it when you do more entries is because you want to try to capitalize on some elite teams, right? And if you don't push things, you'll never get those elite teams, or the slightly more elite teams. That doesn't mean that you can't win by just doing a common draft. Like, it's all about who spikes, when they spike, and building a team that has a good roster construction. And if you want to know a lot more about it, like I did a stream with Steve Schaup last Wednesday? I think it was last Wednesday. And him and I, we went over a bunch of different strategies, and he had 80 teams last year through a couple different superplexes, and he got 3 of those to finals. And we went over a whole bunch of things to do, not to do, and stuff like that. I think here I'm going to shoot for some upside with Tajay Spears. I'm not sure if that helped any at all, DJ Quill, but if you aren't drafting Howard, why? Yeah, it was. We did 2 drafts And I think there was a lot of really good information in that draft. Also, he put out I read his article and a lot of the things we talked about, like he definitely wrote in that article on their Fanspeak network. It's $35 a year to get that. Him and his sister and a couple other guys, they write articles and like discuss best ball things, and it's $35 a year. It includes rankings. But yeah, I would. Yeah, Superflex is a little wild. It definitely gets wild. Absolutely. The 12 hole, like I like the back three spots because you can do things like Jefferson Genty, which is not possible anywhere else, or Gibbs CD Lamb. And I mean, I mostly play this for fun, and that is fun to me, right? Uh, I have a couple teams that are like I have a Bijan Jameer Gibbs team, like, and then I only got two quarterbacks, but then if you do the double elite and you only get two quarterbacks and nothing comes back, I just recommend to take flyers on random backups. Like, let's say your quarterback one, or let's say that your wide receiver one was Justin Jefferson, right? Because you went Jefferson Gibbs or something. Like in the last rounds, nobody's doing it, but just take Sam Howell. Like, assume like as your third quarterback, you take shots on your top targets that you don't have stacked. Like, just try to take shots at them, assuming the rest of your roster is solid. And the rest of your roster should be solid if you're taking double elite like that most of the time. The quarterbacks can definitely feel gross for sure. So Luther Burden is still on the board. DT is not going to let him pass. We got like I don't even love Luther Burden, but feels pretty good there. I almost took Rachaad White last round. So we're going to go ahead and take Rachaad White, and then we're going to be done at running back. We got Ashton Genty, Chuba Hubbard, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Tajay Spears, Rachaad White. Wide receivers are thin, but you only need to start two wide receiver. So Justin Jefferson is going to be an anchor, and then I'm just going to have like 7 guys that I'm hoping they hit adjacent to Jefferson, right? Like, I'm going to have 6 other people to fit one hole, and I'm hoping to flex a running back and then to super flex, obviously, a quarterback. And also, one of the things we discussed in that is that tight ends are worth quite a bit less in this. Just by do I want? Yes, I think I want Hollywood Brown here. The tight ends do, like, for some reason, tight ends don't go later in this. Wide receivers go later, which I guess makes a little sense. But you can get boxed out at tight end in this, I feel like, pretty easy. What's up, JT? Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, since you only need to start 2 wide receivers, you can go thinner. You don't have to. You can try to flex the wide receivers, but wide receivers, I don't have that article still up. So I was going to read off a little something, like a tidbit of it. But yeah, I think that the double elite is a lot of fun. It just sometimes gets you into a bad situation. I went triple elite yesterday in JT's room, which I would not recommend. I went over that as this draft started. I got a what was it? It was Jefferson, Puka, and then I got Bucky Irving, and then went ahead and took Ladd, which I said when I took it, I'm like, this is a bad idea. And then all the quarterbacks went. I had to take Anthony Richardson as my first. Like, that's how bad it was. So then the only way out of it was Richardson and then Sam Darnold. And then I actually handcuffed the two quarterbacks, which I'm not sure is the right call, but it gives me a starter every week. And I have an absolute elite ceiling at the other positions, right? So I'm basically like, it's something I was doing for science, and the science wasn't very successful. Not at all. Bretton Strange looks to build. Got it. So Tucker Craft got pulled into the medical tent today. People are worried. Why? I I don't know why they're worried. If Quentin Johnston's there, I will take him as a stack. If he's not, I'll take Tillman. And if Tillman's gone, I'll take Thielen. I'm fine with all those players. So players like Dobbs are a lot lower in ADP in this, and it makes a lot of sense because Dobbs is really good as a floor play to make sure you don't have an absolute bottom. And in this contest, only needing the two wide receivers, kind of like Myers. Myers should go a little later in this as well. So yeah, we got Trey Harris and Quentin Johnston double stacked. We have TJ Hawkinson, Jefferson double stacked, and we have Jacoby Myers, Ashton Genty double stacked. We have David Montgomery as a bring back. We do not have a bring back yet on the Colts or the Giants. Yeah, we don't have the Giants bring back or the Texans bring back. I don't really care that much. Probably won't get a Texans one. I'm sure Noel will go by the time we come back. It could work. You had a couple of backups you could get lucky with. Yeah. And something like that, like throw a dart at somebody like Marcus Mariota or Cooper Rush. Like Cooper Rush was okay last year. He went to an offense that is very elite. That might only be elite because Lamar Jackson's an absolute animal. But they have some pieces, right? They could do something without Lamar Jackson. Cooper Rush was okay last year. So if Lamar ended up getting hurt, Cooper Rush could be an absolute smash, right? Like stuff like that. And like take him if you had Zay Flowers. Like I think doing that with one of your picks in the last round makes some sense in most situations for this because a hit at quarterback is going to absolutely catapult you. And last year in week 17, Drew Lock was the number 3 quarterback for the week 17. So anybody who took Drew Lock and Malik Neighbors, and one of the top 10 teams last year had that. And in that video I did with Steve goes over that. He actually had all the details. I'm just talking about that off of the memory from what he said. So yeah, I hope you like Superflex. It is much different. You get to build some way different teams. That's what I love about it. So, and it feels like the community that I have actually prefers the Superflex to the other contest. We are up in 2 picks. Noel is still on the board. Darius Slayton is still on the board. One of those two will be my pick. I don't really care which one. We will take Jalen Noel. See, Dobbs is still on the board. Like I took Dobbs earlier in this because I had a team that had 3 wide receivers on bye early. I'm hoping to max this. I think that I'm building very solid teams. So, and I think that I've thought through this a lot more than a lot of people. And yeah, I think I want to max it. Like some wild things happen here. So, and I'm all about having wild teams. Like I got Nico Collins at pick 45 in a draft, which is honestly just crazy. I'm gonna look over this. Yeah, we'll just take Juwan Johnson. I'm fine with that. Like, I probably didn't need a third tight end on this team. I need one more wide receiver. I should have just typed in Giants, but I knew all the Giants pieces I would ever take were taken because Theo Johnson went right before I picked. But like Isaac Tesla is probably somebody I could. That's sick. BBG said makes him not want to play. Well, yeah, the Nico at 45. That team was pretty nice. Like I'm not gonna lie, that team was pretty nice. And with stuff like that happening, it also makes me it makes me less interested in pushing quarterback as hard, right? Like if every once in a while you're going to get a massive fall like that, if you take the quarterbacks early, you're allowed to capitalize on it. If you don't take the quarterbacks early and you took studs, like you almost can't do it. Like you can, you're now just hoping that you hit on two quarterbacks that, like, let's say, I'm not going to say anybody, but I don't want to wish that on any team, but the starting quarterback gets hurt and you take the backup like preseason, right? Like, let's say that I'll wish it on Russell Wilson. That doesn't bother me. Let's say it's Russell Wilson. He goes out. He's supposed to be starting the season. Jackson Dart jumps up in value. Jackson Dart goes in round 9 because everybody expects him and Chuck, people expect to start at the end of the season. So they're up here because the end of the season is more important. But Russell Wilson goes down here and he's supposed to start the beginning of the season. I don't think there's been any confirmation by the coaches at all on this, but that's just what everybody's expecting. But like, let's say that happens. Like, you got an absolute monster team if you took all those studs and you just happen to land on that, right? So Spencer Rattler, I think, is one of the absolute best picks in this tournament. So like DTG probably needs to take him. Maybe, maybe not. He cobbled something together. It would, yeah, I'll take him. I took Juwan Johnson by accident, like last time, so it actually gives me another Week 17 game stack. And then I will take a random guy here. I'll probably go. We'll go this guy. I don't know. I actually probably need an adult in this room, like Ray or Jalen Tol. We'll do Jalen Tolbert. I personally like Turpin better, but a floor play here to help the rookies along kind of makes some sense. My last Superflex had Rattler and Chuck. I've done that like 5 times of my 40 drafts. I absolutely love doing that because Rattler is absolutely free and Chuck goes in the 9th round. Like that's the backup plan I have if I'm in the 12 hole and I go 2 studs and it just doesn't work out in the 5th round to have one available. I generally I'll push Anthony Richardson to take Shuck the next round, hopefully, to then lock up Shuck and Rattler because Rattler's free. And if I'm doing that, I just take Rattler in the 18th because nobody else will ever do that. And it locks up a starting quarterback job for basically free if you look at what it cost at all the other positions. So we got a 4-6-7-3. Justin Herbert, JJ McCarthy, Geno Smith, all double stacked. Spencer Rattler, single stacked. Ashton Genty, Chuba Hubbard, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Tajay Spears, Rashad White. Wide receivers, Anchor with Justin Jefferson, Myers, Trey Harris, Hollywood Brown, Quentin Johnston, Jalen Knoll, Jalen Tolbert. Tight ends, Hawkinson, Bretton Strange, Juwan Johnson. If you were in the draft and you'd like me to go over your team, shout out. If nobody wants me to go over their team, we will start up another Superflex. I'm in the mood to Superflex. With the fill rate, I'm wanting to do a bunch of these because over the weekend when I work, I won't be able to do very many at all. So I definitely need to get my volume in now. And I think this fills by, I don't know, 2.5 weeks, something like that. All right, so we're going to enter another Puppy But Superflex. It will be a 20-second, and we will enter in 10 seconds. And if you're just popping in, and if you like the content, please smash the like. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe for me. It would be fantastic. It would also help out. We have 10 more to start. 10 more to start. $20 seconds. 20 seconds. Yeah, so we will go back. And I'll just scroll down and click a random team. I mean, we could go over the one that one that Steve and I drafted. So it's Kyler Murray, Drake May, JJ McCarthy, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, Joe Mixon, Caleb Johnson, Jordan Mason, Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt, who Steve likes. I'm not a big fan of, but I don't mind taking him. Jordan Addison, Steph Diggs, Jaden Higgins, Bateman, Besh, Dobbs, Wilson, Lockett, Goddard, Gesicki, and Theo Johnson. That was the first one we did. The second one was a lot better. Hey, I appreciate that. Especially Bestball on Call says, even if you don't like the content, like and sub anywho. All right, so we have one more to start. One more. But I think that like Steve is very good at this as well. So I would recommend, if you haven't watched that and you do like the Superflex stuff, to definitely watch that video. Aaron Sandy back at it. He's at the 3 hole. Slayton's at the 8. I have the 11. I am not sure who the others are. If you are in here, let me know. We got probably might end up with a similar team. Who knows? We got I've been getting all the picks in the back side. Like all in the back side. Nothing up front. By the way, I'm 40 in on these and you have 0, 101, and 102s. I have a single 101 and this is my 38th. And I have 3 102s. And I have like 2 103s and 2 104s. So, hey, what's up? Big Draft Energy. We next week, Big Draft Energy will be on this channel. Or no, it's not next week. It's Thursday. I scheduled a couple people today, but Thursday, Big Draft Energy will be joining this channel, and we will be drafting weekly winners. I know Thad's excited. Yeah, I had to look. I wrote it down. I scheduled a couple other people next week, so I just got confused. Yeah, It's been a while since I've done a weekly winners, but they're a lot of fun. I think I had Mahomes as quarterback one. I mean, you don't have to take Mahomes. You can pass him to the Kansas City fan. Come on, man. Pass him to the KC fan. These rooms are too sharp for me. Yeah, Big Draft Energy is awesome. Like, we'll discuss a little bit. Like, I'll probably have him. We're gonna take Kyler. So like sometimes I'll take CD there. Sometimes I'll take Genty for the double running back. Sometimes I take a running back. It doesn't really matter. You just have to be aware. You kind of want to make sure you get 3 quarterbacks by round 5. The only way to guarantee that happens is that you take one in the first 2 rounds. If you don't, you're leaving it up to the room. But yeah, that's something I was going to talk about with him. I hadn't said anything to him yet, but I'm sure he'd love to talk about it. But he does a Big Heart Energy charity thing every year, and that's something I'm sure we'll get into. He gets pretty emotional about it, excited. It's awesome. It's a good time. So, but we'll talk about that on Thursday. But I'm looking forward to doing a weekly winners. I've only done a couple of them, and I do like the contest. I just haven't gotten around to doing it as often as I would like, because I love the eliminator I love, and I really love this contest. And that one I like it. Yeah, there you go. It's a 24-hour draftathon. All proceeds go to charity, August 23rd and 24th. Yeah, by that time, I'll definitely have the Who Crew at least be like, they'll at least know about it. And assuming, and I'm sure he will, but I would definitely go on that channel and help out as well. It's a good time. It was a good time last year. I was able to at least listen for a while. I didn't stream then, so. All right, we got Aaron Sandy here, has Jaden Daniels, Achane, and Dak Prescott. I like that. Slayton, Mahomes, Fields. Can't really go wrong there. I will make sure I catch that. That's one I planned on skipping because I don't want to put the brain power into it. Oh, the weekly winners? Yeah. What's the roster construction and scoring system in weekly? It's half point PPR. And it's 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, 3 wide receiver, 2 running back, and 1 flex. The same as like drafter as all the other contests is. It's not Superflex or anything. It's half point PPR, and it is. Let me make my picks real quick. Yeah, I don't love this. We're gonna take CJ Stroud and hope to push Nico around the corner. And if we don't, that's fine. I'll just take Jordan Love. Sweet. All right, so I'm possibly letting myself get boxed out of a quarterback here, but I landed a CJ Stroud, Nico Collins stack on this turn. We got Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud, Jahmyr Gibbs, Nico Collins. I think the gamble is worth it. And like I said, I'm pretty into like taking Tyler Shuck and then taking Spencer Rattler. Rattler, in my opinion, is like almost a lock to start a couple games this year. And supposedly he's looked good in the OTAs. And any starts throughout the season can help your floor to advance you. So I think he's a good pick in most situations here. Patrick Mahomes, Justin Fields. He gets the stack with Garrett Wilson, elite running back, and Bucky Irving. Yeah, so I mean, if you want, you could. I mean, even though you can't play on Underdog, you can still go on the website, right? And like, you can just look at the contest details through there. But yeah, it's just half point. It's all Underdog is half point PPR. Um, like yeah, it's just half point PPR scoring. Need to move the mic down a little. We got. Let's see if anything crazy's happened. Lad McConkey making it all the way back to 47 over here. All these quarterbacks are going. I'm probably going to get boxed out. Like if I don't get one of those three, I'm probably just going to push it. But if Trey McBride makes it all the way back, I'm absolutely taking him. Like I'd love to get one of those two. I haven't done very many 2 quarterback builds, but I think that this team, I could see myself doing it here just because having a couple of those in the portfolio is probably a good thing to have. Hey, yeah, no problem, sir. Wish I enjoyed Superflex. I mean, I really do enjoy it. I have no problem doing an eliminator after this if people would like to do an eliminator. I love the eliminator as well. I'm probably a little under fill rate on it. So when Puppy 2, probably I'm assuming they're going to release something tomorrow. I don't know what it'll be. So I can either get a stack here or take Cam Ward. I think I just have to take Cam Ward. Yeah, I'm just taking the Cam Ward. Guarantee the third quarterback. It's a different bye week than the other ones. If Harrison gets taken, that's great. If he doesn't, that's great. And I'm fine with any of these 3 picks. So I'm not sure who Noah Sum 95 is, but they're being very friendly to me right now. Passing Nico and now passing Marvin Harrison. Yeah, so I don't like double elite wide receiver that much in this, but only starting 2, I can basically just bank that these guys are going to start the whole time. I can stop at 5, assuming I have all different bye weeks, and just smash running backs now. Like my running backs will be a little weaker than I want them to be generally, but we have a Kyler and a CJ stack. Like this feels really good. I like this spot. Let's see what Sladen's done. He went Patrick Mahomes, Justin Fields, Bucky Irving, Garrett Wilson, Rashi, Xavier Worthy got the double. You gotta love the double. This does feel good. Yeah, I think this feels pretty good. And one thing that I need, I need to start taking a little bit. I don't have a single share of George Kittle in this format. But I just like Kittle this year. Like I think he's really good this year. And Aaron Sandy is a 3-hole. He's got Jade Daniels, Achan, Dak Prescott, Chase Brown, Terry McLaurin for the stack, Devontae Adams. I like it. Hammer some running backs now. Maybe take a shot at another quarterback, like maybe take Jackson Dart or something, or a running back here. James Conner. Yep. Yeah, very solid team. I know some people will just stop at 2. My thought is it's going to be very hard to push through the playoff, the 1 of 10 playoffs with the same 2 quarterbacks. I think the same, like the two top quarterbacks are going to be highly represented from week 15 into 16. And there's so if you have those two quarterbacks, everybody else may have those same quarterbacks. So giving you the third quarterback is going to massively help you advance out of the week 16. In my mind, that makes sense. So yeah, I will take one of these two, or just pull Pollard up for a stack. I think I just pull Pollard up for the stack. I mean, Pickens is kind of okay. I say Pickens is kind of a deal. We'll go ahead and pull Pollard up to get some stack. If both of these guys are gone, I might just take Ridley. This is, like I said before, this is a little weaker than I like to be at running back, but it's got all kinds of other good things going for it. And if Gibbs is the guy you need, this team is in a really good spot. Well, I'm guaranteed to get one of these guys. I definitely lean Quinchon over Caleb Johnson. It doesn't matter. The decision was made for me. I'm perfectly fine taking Caleb. So we have week 5 bye. Detroit's week 10. Week 8. They're one of the week 8s. All right, so I'm assuming Sladen's going to take he took Dart. Yep. I like that pick there quite a bit. I'm curious to see how many more wide receivers Sladen goes. That's a very strong wide receiver room, and only needing to start 2. He definitely has to go 5 because of the double bye week there. And then Garrett's week 9, Hunter's week 8. So he definitely has to go 1 more, probably 2 more, but I would guess that he stops at 5 or 6. That's what I would do, at least, whenever I spent that capital. Like, it's kind of essentially the same strategy as you would think for like a hyper fragile-ish. Like when you go 4 running backs by round 10, and then just don't draft like 3 of them in the top 4 rounds, and then 1 more a little later. Like, it's kind of the same theory to me. You can apply that here. So we got I appreciate everybody smashing the like. We got 23. Feels pretty good. I don't know, my mind's kind of going today. So another player that I will take in this format that I will never take in any other format right now is I've tacked on Taysom Hill round 20 once or twice. Number 1, because he stacks with the Shuck thing and the Rattler thing. But number 2, because if I have a team that feels really good, like Taysom Hill, if he plays, it's going to be late in the season. And he is the kind of person that could absolutely smash a week, right? He's not getting drafted very often. And he could be somebody that separates your team from the field in a given week. Like last year, he had a 40-point week. And that being undrafted, like he's undrafted because he's 34 years old coming off an ACL tear. Frickin' worked, called, and I auto-picked Zay. Oh, that sucks. I mean, if Calvin Ridley falls all the way back. Okay, I was going to say. If Calvin Ridley falls all the way back, we are cooking. I'll get to that question here in just a second. Because I know what your stance is, and mine is not the same. I have 23% Scatabo in this format as well. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. think, do I want Mark Andrews or do I want? I think Jerry Jeudy fits this team pretty well. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take Jerry Jeudy. All right, so Big Draft Energy asked, as a Chiefs fan, what's your stance on Xavier Worthy versus Rashee Rice? I'm not sure you know my stance, but I'm curious about your projections. I think it was proven last year that Rashee Rice is Patrick Mahomes' guy. He's going to be the guy. He works underneath. He's going to take over everything that Travis Kelce done. Our offensive line is going to be a little worse. It's going to be harder for Mahomes to throw the ball deep. Joe Thuney is an absolute loss. No questions about it. They think they're going to slide in Kingsley into guard. And we drafted the Moore guy, or we signed the Moore guy from San Francisco, who was okay, but he will be better as a tackle than Kingsley was. But they're expecting him to work. Maybe he doesn't work at guard. I'm still a little iffy on our offensive line. If our offensive line's not great, Simmons, okay. Oh yeah, he was hurt though, right? Like he's not going to start until later. I mean, late in the season, yeah, fine. Because it was what, a patella? I can't remember. I think it was like patella or something. But yeah, I mean, he's going to be awesome. So like the future looks fantastic. The thing that makes me worry, like I actually have 28% Rice and like 12% Worthy. So I'm not out on either one. I think both of them can beat their ADP together. I just think that, especially in full PPR, Rashee Rice is the guy. Last year, Mahomes showed that if he's pressured a little bit, he does actually fold a little bit to the pressure and on the deep ball, and his deep ball accuracy is pretty bad. It was pretty bad last year, honestly. A lot of those throws, and yes, Mahomes can get better at that for sure. Like he was good at it before with Tyreek Hill, but I also question that a little bit because Tyreek Hill is also maybe the best to ever, like he's one of the best ever at adjusting to the ball in the air. And how many times did Mahomes just chuck the ball up? Hill was behind somebody. Hill stopped and the defender ran past him. And then Hill just caught the ball standing still, then walked into the end zone. You know, let's see. We could just double stack this. I don't love my running back situation right now. I'm fine with a lot of those guys. We're just going to go ahead and double stack that. I also don't have a tight end yet. I probably should have taken a tight end first, honestly. So this is almost like this is a lot at receiver for what I like to do. This is serviceable. I don't love it. I'm probably just going to go like 7 running backs on this team. I definitely want one of these. I shouldn't have taken Higgins. I should have thought about tight end. I should have taken Warren first and then came back around and just locked that up with Spears and Pollard. Like that offensive line is massively improved. Let's look overall. You know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to take Warren. Okay. I couldn't decide, obviously. I looked at your running back room. It's Bucky Irving and then Jalen Warren and Ramondre. Like the 0 RB thing could absolutely work in this, right? And Ramondre is a perfect candidate. Like Ramondre and Jalen Warren are both perfect candidates for the 0 RB, right? Yeah, so I don't know about the revenge tour and all that. Like, I know Mahomes wants to win. I expect them to be better, but Xavier Worthy got all the gimmick stuff, like the short stuff last year, out of necessity. Hollywood Brown got hurt. Pacheco got hurt. Rashee Rice got hurt. Like they were just trying to figure something out. So, and because Mahomes, like I went over this before, Mahomes, let me bring it up. So Mahomes actually threw an interception. Like he might have been leading the league in interceptions over the first 9 weeks because I think he threw 10 interceptions in 9 weeks or something. Let me make sure that split over. Yep, it did. All right, so game log. Patrick Mahomes interceptions week 1, then 2, then 1, then 1, then 1, then 2, then 1. So through 8 weeks, he had 10 interceptions. Then Hollywood Brown or Xavier Worthy started coming on, right? And after Xavier Worthy started coming on, he that's when he started throwing the ball out of bounds a little more. Like it was almost like he was playing scared, right? Like, and just looking at this, you can kind of see that, right? Because he didn't like throw any the rest of the season, but he was also leading Hollywood Brown out of bounds over and over again, or not Hollywood, Xavier Worthy. So if Mahomes' deep ball accuracy improves, Xavier Worthy, in my opinion, is going to absolutely smash because he was open deep a lot. Mahomes was just playing scared. And that's my take on it. But do I think Mahomes can do that? Absolutely. Right? Like it's Patrick Mahomes. So there's my take on that. I'm not sure what you think on that. And Milrow is one of the best picks on the board here. I haven't. We'll take Tyler Algier. Sure, he's fine. Not sure how much of that you agree with, disagree with. Like Xavier Worthy, especially for best ball. Like I think Xavier Worthy is going to put up some 30-point games this year. I think he's going to have a couple 65, 70-yard touchdown games where he's 120, a touchdown, and 30 yards rushing, something like that. Let's peek at tight end. That is ugly. We will peek back. I love Kyle Williams, but I haven't taken a share of Tank Bigsby. This team feels like a good one to take a share of Tank Bigsby on. I think you could be right, but I think Worthy's floor is top 5, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, I knew that you had him all the way to number 5. I don't think his floor is that high. I think his floor is pretty low because I think it's very contingent upon how good our offensive line is. And if Simmons plays early, I think we'll be pretty fine. I haven't heard a word, and maybe I've just not done enough research on it, but I haven't heard a word on how healthy Simmons is going to be or when they're expecting him to come back. But they signed Moore specifically to a 1-year deal. I mean, that happened before the draft, but I think that signing allowed them to do what they're doing with, to feel good about picking Simmons. And Simmons might have been a top 10 pick if he wasn't hurt, right? Like there was definitely that buzz out there. Yeah, I mean, there is a world where Xavier Worthy is the smash of smashes this year. I believe it's going to be Rashee Rice because Rashee Rice will be the safety blanket. The safety blanket is generally a place you want to be whenever the offensive line is a little worse. Now, if our offensive line holds up, I think Xavier Worthy could outperform Rice. I don't think it's incredibly likely, but I think that it's a thing that it is a possibility. I'm still going to smash Rashee Rice, and especially on drafters or where it's total like full PPR. I'm definitely Rashee Rice over Worthy in full PPR. And I get the stuff with Xavier Worthy and how good he was late in the season. Like he was awesome in the back half of the season. but so is Rashee Rice. And who do you think feels the worst? Yeah. Who do you think feels really bad about Rashee Rice getting hurt? The guy who threw the pick and then blew up his knee? You think that guy's gonna be a little like try to make up for that a little bit? I don't think Mahomes done that on purpose, Like I'm gonna assume that Mahomes feels pretty bad about that. And I'm gonna guess that they're gonna be best friends this offseason. I haven't seen anything, but as long as Rashee Rice isn't like angry about it, But whenever Mahomes throws a pick and then you're going in to try to tackle the guy, and then your quarterback, the one that threw the pick, puts his helmet through your knee, like I'm going to assume that quarterback feels pretty bad about that. All right, so we're getting bailed out. We get one of these 3 tight ends. That's awesome. There's one specifically I would like to have over the others. And we will take Mike Gesicki as a bringback for the Kyler Murray game. So we have the Kyler Murray MHJ stack with the Mike Gesicki bringback. Feels pretty nice. And then if it comes back around, I promise you guys, I don't love Quentin Johnston. If I take him a second draft in a row, it's because he fits the teams I'm building. I had Herbert on the last one, and it would be a bring back on this one. And in a vacuum, I probably do like Thielen more, but I think they're fairly similar. I have my elites. I just need some guys to kind of spike throughout the season. So, and it's a different bye week as well than the rest of the guys. So was Thielen. But yeah, we'll go through the team real quick. We got a 3-6-5-2. Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud, Cam Ward. Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tony Pollard, Caleb Johnson, Jordan Mason, Algier, Tank Bigsby. Wide receivers, Nico, MHJ, Jerry Jeudy, Jaden Higgins, Quentin Johnston. Tight ends, Tyler Warren and Mike Gesicki. I feel pretty good about this team as well. Got bailed out getting Cam Ward back here. Things might have got a little ugly, but getting Cam Ward back, like, shout out to you, hold my blunt, like doing God's work, taking Sam Darnold, giving me Cam Ward. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, so if you're just popping in, I'm assuming that the 19 watching are the 19 that's been watching, but toss me a like. And if you enjoy the content, toss me a sub. I go live every weekday, 4 p.m., unless I need to reschedule that for a guest. I will work with guests as well. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited to start bringing guests on. That it's going to make it quite a bit more fun, being able to have discussions with people. Not the same 19. I'm here now, says Ben. Ben yesterday in my chat said something, and then instantly he's like, "Oh no! I didn't mean what I said." Yeah, that was pretty funny. Just yeah, I thought that was pretty epic. So I might just want to go 1-1-1-1 with my last picks. If Ben was dating someone with a laptop, we would have 20. Yeah. Come on, Ben. What's wrong with you? Sorry, guys. I did not bring the draft board up. That's my bad. Yeah. So I will be running another draft. We got 27 likes, I think it was. 27. Yeah. So that's pretty solid for me. We can run another Superflex if people want that. We could run an eliminator. I know Ben probably wants to run a Superflex. And he's just now here. I'm totally cool with that. I think tomorrow I'm going to not do Superflex content. I'm going to probably do eliminators tomorrow. I've been doing a lot of these. I'd like to do something a little different tomorrow. So, hey, what's up, Steve? If you're still in here, DJ Quill, this is the man that I streamed with that I told you go watch the video we had for information on the Superflex. I'm going to take some Spike Week upside here and Arroyo as my, like, this is kind of a scary tight end room having two rookies, but let's look at quarterback. I want one. Let's see. We got Nico, Harrison, Judy, Higgins, Johnston. Honestly, I think I take Coker here. Double down on the bet I made earlier, not taking Thielen for Quentin Johnston for that, like, and then take Coker. Makes some sense. I don't know. We'll go over the team real quick since Steve's just now here. We got Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud, Cam Ward, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tony Pollard, Caleb Johnson, Jordan Mason, Algier, Tank Bigsby. Wide receivers, Nico, MHJ, both stacked. Jerry Jeudy, Jaden Higgins, Quentin Johnston, Jalen Coker. Tight ends, Tyler Warren, Mike Gesicki, Elijah Arroyo. I have an idea of who I want to draft. I kind of want, I don't know. I feel like I need another running back, but there's also a wide receiver I would love to draft on this specific team. And I also, with having Cam Ward as my third, I wouldn't mind tacking on a random guy at the end here. So I may end up doing that. I think I'm definitely taking a quarterback. I just have to decide if I want to take DK or if I want to take the because DK would be my only stack. Oh, no, I got Tony Pollard stacked with Cam Ward. Yeah, we're good. We're going to go with running back and a quarterback then. Can't draft right now in a poker tournament on your phone. All right. My God, I now have 4 by week 9. I'm off my game. I do that stuff too. And it makes you feel like an idiot whenever you're doing it. Taking Jackson Dart and getting screwed out of Slayton plus Theo is brutal. Hey, Jalen Hyatt's on the board, man. You can always take Jalen Hyatt. You can take Big Draft Energies, dude, who is Travis Fedone. Yeah, running back's always a good option. Bayou Bengal being a running back bull out here. That is what Bayou Bengal does. Loves his running backs. I do think that running back is the right call for this team. I don't know what route I want to go. I might actually have fun with it. Yeah, Thomas Fedone. Yep. Yeah, I definitely I hadn't watched Fedone. I watched him. He is very solid. I wouldn't say he's like elite or anything, but he is very solid. And I mean, that's all you really need. Like, he can get open. He ran the routes well. He seemed to be very good at identifying zones, like holes in zones. And that is gigantic for a tight end. But he is a rookie. He's going to have to learn the entire offense. He's going to be incredibly low owned. I'm personally not going to take him, but I could see a world like in a dynasty's perspective. I think he would be a perfectly fine pick in a dynasty setting. All right. I might just tack on Emmanuel Wilson. I've been taking a little bit of Emmanuel Wilson, trying to make myself feel a little bit better about the Marshawn Lloyd stuff that I was doing. We could go Kendre Miller. I don't love that either. I think we just go Emmanuel Wilson. Yeah, we'll go Wilson here. I'm planning on running another, sir. So I was planning on going Will Howard on this one, but we have Jerry Jeudy. Why not take Dylan Gabriel? Like Shedeur Sanders goes in every draft, right? This guy was drafted ahead of him. And they're probably starting one of the two rookies in the last week. And Gabriel's was drafted two rounds ahead of him and isn't drafted. And yeah, I don't get it. All right. If you want me to go over your team, shout out. If not, we will be entering another 20-second Superflex. This is for the poll. Nice. I need to go close that poll, by the way. Will Howard. Hell yeah. That's what we're here for. So the poll, 26 votes, 54% said open to drafting. Absolutely fantastic work. Thank you for bailing me out, sir. Thank you. I needed it. All right, so we will be entering another Puppy but Superflex. We'll be entering it'll be a 20-second one. That's awesome. The irony is you voted though. We'll be entering a 20-second one, and we're going to do it in 10 seconds. Yeah, I just think that he's fine to take. I'm not saying he needs to be drafted every draft or anything, but if you have a Steeler, it feels fine. We're waiting on 8. Waiting on 8. While we're waiting, I will go review his team. Hey, what's up, Bendels? Thanks for stopping in. We will go to full draft here. Still waiting on 7, a 20-second Puppy but Superflex. Aaron Sandy's team, he had a 5.663. Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott. So this is something I really like. I like in BBM, everybody says don't game stack. Week 17, you want more access to the different games. I think that idea is the exact opposite in this. Like, if you can game stack one game and it's the game that goes off, like, you want both quarterbacks in that game, right? Like, if you had both quarterbacks in the Jared Goff or the Matt Stafford, Josh Allen game last year, right? Yeah, so Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, Joe Flacco, Spencer Rattler. I like that. Achane, Chase Brown, Connor, Ray Davis, Hunter, McLaughlin. That also is fantastic. You stacked up McLaurin. You got a double stack there. McLaurin, Adams, Zay Flowers, Kirk, Wilson, Noah Brown. Only need to start 2. That's great. You got 2 absolute studs and then pretty solid guys. Hawkinson, Jonnu, and Ferg. So the draft is starting. Give me 1 minute. Hey, I got a top 4 pick. Man, Steve loves my drafts because Steve only gets top picks here. We got Sladen at the 101. We have Steve at the 102. I have the 104. Kelly has the 107. Vaporware at the 10. If you're in here and I didn't call you out, yell at me, call me names. It's fantastic. You know who I'm coming around to is a 20th round is Tyrod Taylor. Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. Yeah, it's actually pretty okay. And Cooper Rush is another one that could be okay. Like Cooper Rush. That I don't think Cooper Rush would make that offense ineffective at Baltimore. And Lamar has been hurt before. Like he's not above being hurt. But yeah, like that's the same exact thing. And Tyrod Taylor is actually a better version of that because Tyrod, like, there is a world where Fields is just bad and they just give up, right? What's up, Bobby? I don't think that's a very likely scenario, but it's way more likely than that happening to Lamar, right? Realistically, Zach Wilson is the bet. I I I'm going to take Zach Wilson every time I take Tua. I'm I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just gonna do it. Like I've only taken Tua once, um, but I took Zach Wilson on that team. Maybe I didn't come around to that idea before I don't know if I took a Tua team very early, but I think that like I don't like the Tua click at all because I don't trust him. Honestly, in regards to Howard, if A-Rod stays naked in a desert tent, it's a lot easier to tell a fan base on given. Yeah, and let's say that Mason Rudolph starts the first 10 weeks or whatever. That's fine. But like you're gonna want to see the rookie at the back half of the season. Like they're gonna be I kind of think Pittsburgh may be a dumpster fire. I'm not a big fan of what they have going on at all. And it would probably be in Pittsburgh's best interest to tank this season. Like, what's their realistic expectations if they get Rodgers? To win 9 games again, pick in the middle of the draft, have no chance at anything? Like what's the real like the realistic expectations, right? I don't get to very much Caleb Williams in this, so if Caleb's there, I'll take him. If Caleb's gone, I'll take Achane. All right, we'll go ahead and take a share of Caleb Williams. I've done the Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields thing twice now. Both times, like 50% of my Jalen Hurts is him and Fields, and they have the same bye week. I don't want to be doing that again. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like you just have to supplement 1 week, right? But I just don't want that same combination over and over again either. They won't. They have to make sure everyone knows Tomlin is above 500. Oh, I know they won't. But they should. Brock Bowers. So I think this is kind of where Drake May deserves to go in this format. Like that rushing upside is so big. Yeah, we're going to take Achane here, assuming he's available, or Neighbors. Do I just take Neighbors, actually? I'm going to go ahead and take Achane. I like Neighbors. So, as I said earlier, I have Puka above CD in this contest because Puka should be easier to stack. But every time I get Puka, Steve just takes naked Matt Stafford for no reason on me. That's happened twice now. I know it's not intentional or anything. It's just kind of funny that it's happened twice, both times he's been in the stream with or in a draft with me. But in theory, like Puka is going to be easier to stack than CD Lamb. And I honestly think they're basically the same bet. So I just move him up. Like the same thing with Neighbors. Like Neighbors is going to be easier to stack than Amon or Brian Thomas. Like at this front end. So I'm more likely to take Neighbors at this front end because Dart you could possibly get back in the sixth, right? So I do like Neighbors quite a bit in this contest for that reason. You do have to push it and take a chance on it, but yeah. If Slayton didn't take May, I was taking him. Yeah, I just think May's undervalued in this. When he was going at the 3-4 turn, I had 34% of him because I only drafted at the back end. I take Staff just for the 2-2 hunger ending. Herbert will be on the winning Superflex. I mean, that's not a bad take because a lot of the Herbert teams are probably going to have, like, he went early here, but a lot of the like back end drafts, like I have a Justin Herbert, like Jahmyr Gibbs, McCaffrey team that I got Bryce Young coming back around, or Drake. Actually, I got one with Drake. I think it's Drake May. One of the early ones, I got Bryce Young all the way back in the fifth down here, and it was like something like that. It was like Bijan McCaffrey, and then I went Drake May, Justin Herbert, and then Bryce Young, and it felt really good. And those Bryce Young in the fifth days are well over. Well, looks like we're taking old Tua. We got a stack already. Looks like this is a Zach Wilson team, guys. Looks like we just locked our. The rest of you guys have 20 rounds. I'm drafting at 19. Congratulations. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. And in this being 20 rounds, like this room sucks. Oh, Vapor's over here with one quarterback. Yeah, this room demolished quarterback. Even Steve got locked out with only two. Spoken into existence. It was fate. Whenever we go back and this team finished 132nd in the Puppy Superflex, and we watched this the week before. Yep, let's do it. We got AJ Brown stacked with Jalen Hurts. We got Devon Achane stacked with Tua. I don't know what you're talking about, Vaporware. This room doesn't seem that bad to me. I mean, I get to draft Zach Wilson. What else? What's not to like? What's not to like? I get to draft Zach Wilson. I dare somebody to snipe me on Zach Wilson. Now someone, yeah, I dare that. Like, go ahead. You are welcome to it. Bunch of scared little quarterback piggies. I kind of expected that here. Yeah. But you have Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, everybody went 3. Kelly here, Bijan, Bo Nix, Stroud, Stafford, and Harrison. That feels really good too. Oink oink. That's great. I'll be fine. Where is This Is Fine? This is the perfect time for This Is Fine to pop in, say something. Just flat at Vaporware. Don't even say anything. Just at Vaporware. This is fine. If you're here, just give him an at. Be pretty classic. Yeah, you definitely. So I learned this last night, Vaporware, just so you're aware. It will only allow you to draft 6 quarterbacks. I didn't take a quarterback till round 5 thing. It was really bad, by the way. And I was planning on just taking 7 or 8 quarterbacks, but it stopped me at 7 or at 6. So just so you know, in case you're planning on doing that, you are not allowed to take more than 6. I was just talking about how I wanted to take some Kittle. I like I like Connor so much, but I think I don't have a share of Kittle. It's a bring back from Caleb Williams. He's fine at this pick. Like, I think it's a fine pick there. I structurally I would prefer to have the running back, but there's enough running backs here that I'm fine with it as long as I get four. Like, my next three picks kind of need to be running back, but other than that, Gator's going with a RB heavy build. Where is Gator? Oh, wow. Absolutely. I missed all that nonsense going on over there. I'll pull up DeAndre Swift to stack with the Caleb Williams. We're stacking running backs today, fam. That's what we're doing. If Joey Bagels is in this room, you think you're hurting my team. Wrong. Big old fender bender happened right outside my apartment, and now the ambulance, fire truck, cops have half the road blocked. What's going on today? I mean, apparently it's a fender bender, huh? That's awesome. I mean, like, nothing like an overreaction. When securing Trey Hendo at RB2 means you have the most robust RB room of the day. Yeah, the last you did not have a very robust RB room that last draft, sir. And this is really thin for me at running back. That's thin for Steve as well. Like, when somebody takes all the running backs, like, the wide receiver values fall, right? So, but honestly, I don't hate what he's done. Like, he's at least going to try to build out of quarterback. But Genty, Henry, Irving, Hampton, Harvey. I mean, if he stops there, it's something that I'm probably not doing that. I'm probably taking at least two quarterbacks there. But yeah, like, that could work. It's me. I take all the running backs. He is here. At least me, you, and Steve aren't chained. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. Yeah. We all have to do the same stuff. Firefighters for fender bid. My question is Aaron Sandy saying it's a fender bender and it's not really a fender bender? I mean, if somebody's like acting like they got hurt or did get hurt, like, they have to call in everybody. Now, this is ugly. I am very excited as Jordan Mason, my RB3. I am very excited about that. Yeah, I'm definitely taking another running back here. But I have a stack with all three of my quarterbacks right now. I feel pretty good about it. So what's your guys' take on the Bayshall, Tootin, Travis Etienne stuff? The more I think about it, the more I'm like, you know what? It kind of sounds like what a coach has to say. Like, is he just going to come in there and be like, hey, this guy I never coached before, I hate him? Like, he at least has to be like, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, he doesn't. Like, he's just learning the guy. Just because he's good in the film room and tries hard doesn't mean that he's going to perform well, right? So I'm actually kind of back in on Tootin myself. We're going to take Sharp over Najee for bye week purposes. I think that's a 50-50 click. I got to put my glasses on for this. I can't see. Oh, oh yeah. Car rear-ended the truck. Car is total, but the truck is fine. So it wasn't a fender bender. I do think the Jag situation is more complicated than people think. I worry Bigsby isn't a fit for Cohen due to his lack of passing game ability. That is very true. I could see Bigsby getting cut and then signing somewhere like Dallas and being the absolute starter you need. Like that is something that is in the realm of possibilities. It's not just that Tracy went at 96. It's that I was mad Tracy went at 96 in this room. Firefighters are typically the first responders, so it makes sense. But it just sounds funny when you say, come and hang out. Like, hey guys, we got a fender bender over here. Bring the fam. Bring everybody. Oh, okay. Oh, the truck's a lifted Chevy. Tootin, also, despite the profile of a speedback, isn't exactly. Yeah, he wasn't really asked to do that either. I mean, I'll take Rome if Rome's available to me. If not, I am fine with Ray Davis. Come on, Stubby. Come on, Stubby. You want a tight end, don't you? You want Mark Andrews. He was trying to taunt me. Stubby's watching. Stubby was like, I'm going to let this clock bleed down. See if I can scare this guy. Not really, because I'm not like a bull on Rome, but I mean, 20 picks of ADP value. I know that the ADPs aren't quite accurate in this, but yeah. ETN is the worst actual receiver of the three as a receiving back. I mean, LaQuint Allen's probably the best receiver of them, right? I want to, yeah, like I was ecstatic for Jordan Mason at pick 90. What pick was that? 90, 93. Like I was ecstatic for that because I feel like there's a big teardrop from Jordan Mason to Jalen Warren, Tyrone Tracy. You know, like. All right, I'm going to get somebody I like here, and it's going to be Ray Davis. I'm liking this team so far. We got a 3-5-2-1. Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams, Tua, Achane, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Mason, Charbonnet, Ray Davis, wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Rome, and tight end George Kittle. Welcome, Scott. Yeah, he's definitely the best pass blocker, but he's also a pretty good pass catcher. I need to move that so you guys can see the board better, or I just need to scroll down further. That's why you also rock a trailer hitch on your pickup. Never have to worry about getting rear-ended. Yeah, LaQuint is a good pass blocker and a pretty good receiver. He's also super young. Not sure how much of a role he will have. I don't know how much of a role he's going to have either, but they did draft two guys. Like I can't overstate that enough. Like they went into at least one of the two that are there, they were bearish on just based on film, right? Most likely both of them if they drafted two guys. And they were upset when one of the other running backs went, which was the one they wanted earlier. But I could see Bigsby traded or cut, and they just keep ETN and two rookies. I could see that too. And I could see that happen. And then ETN, like, put up like 4 12-point weeks the first 4 weeks and then be completely phased out of the offense. I could see that happen as well. I got rear-ended in a drive-through. Were you that video where the person like shoved the other car all the way through the intersection? Like they were behind them and they just mashed the gas and shoved them all the way out of the driveway into the road. I'm not sure if anybody remembers that video, but that video was epic. Yeah, we'll take a Rashad White. Little bring back on the Miami. I do love LeQuint in Dynasty. Tough click, and he really is a tough click in best ball. Like he definitely is for sure. I'm not saying to take LeQuint Allen. Don't say that. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I think he's going to be a thorn in somebody's side at some point this season. I've had a car reverse into me from the drive-through window. No, it was pretty great. Like I think it was a McDonald's. Like car's just sitting there, and then just all of a sudden, just mashes on the gas and just shoves the other car out of the way. Dude. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a little fun at tight end in this room. We're gonna go with Loveland. We got Kittle and Loveland. Like this is more capital than I like for this, but like I have a double stack now with the bring back. I got both tight ends for that game. I have Rome. I have DeAndre Swift as well. I think it was a fine place to take my first Loveland share in Superflex. All three of the others have horrible pass blocking grades. I think Allen is very live to be the third down back. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't think if it happens, I don't think it's going to happen early. I think it would be more of like a mid-season kind of thing. They have what by week 8, so by week 9 or so, we could see that post-bye rookie bump with him actually starting in the pass protection, and he would have learned all the things. But with that being said, like ETN and Bigsby both are also learning the new offense. I don't know how much that actually matters. Like if the NFL terminology is going to be similar or not, like it might just be very like that may be bullish for the two rookies that they took. I don't know. I don't know how that'll play out. My grandpa's brother rear-ended the car behind me on the freeway in LA, and they hit me. Totaled not awesome. Sounds like a good time. Your grandpa's brother, not your great uncle. Any thoughts on Tyler Warren? I don't know much about him, and I'm a little uncomfortable with his price. Huge upside. He's got like shades of Taysom Hill to him. He's kind of like he's got shades of Taysom Hill to him, basically. Who knows how he's going to be implemented? They've been wanting somebody for a while. I don't want Burden too. I'm going to go ahead and just take Rashad Bateman here. But yeah, I like Tyler Warren. Like I love Tyler Warren going into the draft. I actually like him as an NFL prospect. He's better, in my opinion, than Loveland for sure. But Loveland definitely profiles as a straight up receiver a little better. But Tyler Warren will be on the field all the time, like in all situations. And Indianapolis is going to want to, like, they're going to run the ball a bunch. He's going to be in on blocking. Like, so he's going to be in a lot if they end up being near the goal line a bunch on plays where they check out and end up checking from a pass or from a run to a pass, and he might capitalize on that. He may see like some like tight end around like stuff, or Like, he could do whatever. Like, I guess we'll take Luther Burden at 172. I didn't want the triple stack, but if you're going to give it to me, you're going to force it down my throat, I guess I'll have to take it. I wish Warren was a little cheaper. It's hard. Like, he's an upside bet. He's a player that could absolutely smash his ADP, but he could be a bad pick. I never even think about Ty Warren because he's gone before ADP, even in Superflex. Yeah, he always tends to go very early. And yeah. Like, I don't know, like, Steve also, like, Steve does a lot with the rookies as well. But yeah, for me, he's a gigantic bet. Like, if you need some upside on your team and you don't have a tight end, he's a guy I like throwing on. With that being said, I also like him in 3 tight end builds because you don't know how it's going to work. And I kind of lean 3 tight end builds. Like, he's on the verge of, like, if he's your first one you take, like, even Njoku, like, I'm okay with Njoku and Kraft as a tight end room, but I still would prefer a third. And if the veterans going around there is the same price, because it's a draft capital thing, right? Like, if you take a tight end round 12, 14, and 17, like, that's still fine, right? So if he's going, but in regular drafts, Tyler Warren goes in 10 and 11, right? So it's kind of, if you took one before him, he's fine to stop at. If he's the first one you take, like, for me personally, I'm going to take 3. I mean, thank you. We got us some Pat Bryant. I know that's a shocker, guys. I know nobody can believe it. I took Pat Bryant. I need one more wide receiver because I have 2 wide receivers on bye week 5. I feel pretty solid about this team. I can be done at any position that I want at this point. But, like, I need one receiver, but other than that, I feel pretty good. Darius Slayton's just such a comfortable pick here to me. And also, the more I think about Demario Douglas, like, I don't have very much of him. I got 5%, but I also have 20% Drake May. Man, like, Steph Diggs is going to take over that slot role, right? So I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. We'll go ahead and take Dyami Brown here. I feel fine with this wide receiver room if I need to stop here. So the team right now is a 3-6-6-2. Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams, Tua. Running backs, Achane, Swift, Jordan Mason, Zach Charbonnet, Ray Davis, Rashad White. Wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Rome Odunze, Rashad Bateman, Luther Burden, Pat Bryant, Dyami Brown. Tight ends, George Kittle, Colston Loveland. I looked up and seen Vaporware take a quarterback, and I was fully expecting it to be Zach Wilson. just for the memes. I was fully expecting. Let's see what he done. Like, he's actually done exactly what I would have done in his situation. Get Tyler Shuck, take Spencer Rattler, guarantee you a second quarterback, and taking him in the 17th, 18th, like, just make sure you get the stack, right? Like, guarantee you get that starter. So he has 2 starters, and then he actually got a pretty reasonable value on Jalen Milroe. And I'm assuming he's going to add another 1 or 2 here at the end. Let's see how the rest of his team looks, though. Jefferson, Nico, Jacobs, McBride, Mixon, Pollard, Olave, Godwin, Mooney. Yeah, that's a really good team. If the quarterback situation works out for you, that's a very, very solid team for sure. All right. We're going to go ahead. I don't know what I want to do here. We're just going to do this. We're going to take Nick Westbrook Akine. Just get a random stack. I got the bring back here. So I actually have bringbacks on all and pass catchers for all three of my quarterbacks. And I think I know what I'm going to do with my next pick. Hey, no problem. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have done. Like it had to feel gross the whole time, but I bet you feel pretty happy with it right now. Like you don't feel comfortable with it, but based on where you were in round 6, you feel happy with it now, right? Like it's one of those. It was a total disaster. Now it's just it got salvaged. Now let's see what happens. Sometimes I push tight end real late in the Superflex and take 4. Yeah, I'm absolutely up for that. I've done that once or twice too. The thing is, like, they do seem to all go by round 18 still. I think a lot of people are doing that. I feel gross, but man, do I have a BBM winning wide receiver room? I will look at that here in a second. Have no fear. Zach Wilson is here. The savior of this team. The mom slayer. Zach Wilson. Sometimes I push tight end really late and Superflex and take 2. I mean, that's also not awful. Like, it's the position that you're going to score the least points of, and you're going to score more total points over the year in Superflex. So I'm not doing it. I tend to take 3 every time just because we have 20 rounds. Let me look at Sladen's team real quick. Allen, Drake May, Bowers, Brees Hall, Lad McConkey, Travion, Tet, Pickens, Waddle, Diggs, Debo. That is a wide receiver room. You are right. And you have Bowers, and then you have Brees, Travion. Now your running backs leave a little to be desired, but you're taking some shots. I love the Chubb is a shot. Keaton Mitchell's a shot. Like I like the picks. Stopping at 2 with Hunter Henry, got the Drake May stack. Are you taking another quarterback, or are you taking another? I will never draft Quinn Ewers. Craven, the MILF Hunter. Yeah, we got I just think that, I will never take Quinn Ewers. Like, there's a reason. I can't do it. He was not good at college, right? Like, I know the Texas people loved him. He won some games. He did some stuff, but he was not accurate. Watching film on some of the wide receivers that came out over the last 2 years made me have no respect for Quinn Ewers. I'm still shocked that he was I'm shocked he got signed, honestly. I'm just assuming those 5 wide receivers are your super flex over anyone left in the quarterback room. Yeah, I mean that's actually a good bet for your team, because that's a very, very solid high upside. You got some names I don't like. Actually, you got a name I don't like. Just one, Debo. But I mean, that was actually a reasonable spot. Like, Debo's actually starting to go in the other drafts in a spot that I'm like, it doesn't feel like it's unclickable anymore. Now that he's in the 7th round. I got some names I don't like. All right. Let's do this guy. Yeah, that's a great place to be. Yeah, I don't even like my team. My round 18 pick is for Senor Esteban. Let me see who it was. Oh yeah, Nick Chubb. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming out. If you're new and you enjoyed it, please smash the sub. I appreciate everybody for coming out. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central. I believe right now, Bestball Guy just went live. So I will probably see all of you guys over there. Peace out. Take care.